Hello. Hi, welcome to another segment of Sarmaya Snippets. I'm Chelsea Santos. I work as the Assistant Curator at the City Palace Museum of Udaipur. Today, as part of this episode, we're going to be having a look at a painting from our collection at the museum. Keep watching.
The painting in question is titled Maharana Sangram Singh attending the Khejdi puja at Dussehra in Udaipur and is dated to circa 1720. Andrew Topsfield has already done a fabulous detailed description of this work of art in his book The City Palace Museum Udaipur, Paintings of Mewar Court Life. The reason why I am drawn to this painting is the Khejdi in itself. While still being merely a sapling, as is depicted, it is able to pull in crowds of people. The Khejdi is a flowering tree popularly found across the country and neighboring regions, especially in arid desert regions like Rajasthan. Every part of this tree serves some benefit or the other, from food to fodder and beyond. It has a tremendous role and contribution to play towards the economy. Culturally too, it has been worshipped since time immemorial by various communities as an embodiment of divinity. This painting forms a part of the Mewar school of paintings, a name it gets from the region it developed in, and is a perfect example of the kind of color palette that you would find in this school. The erstwhile state of Mewar comprised of regions that are today popular tourist destinations, such as Chittorgarh, Kumbhalgarh, or my dearest Udaipur. The palette, it is influenced by several factors: geography, topography, climatic conditions, available resources, personal preferences of the patrons and the artists, to name a few. As in this painting, you can tell that they clearly loved the reds, yellows, and similar vibrant shades. Also peculiar to this school is the use of simultaneous narration with a bird's eye view, a technique that was mastered by a 17th century Mewar court artist by the name Sahitya, and that was passed down through the ages. Judging by the composition of this painting and the manner in which it has been executed, you can tell that there's a definite contrast in ideas, all within the same framework. If you listen closely, you can even hear the painting. You can sense the order and discipline that is pictured in the central frame of the painting, that is of the darbar scene, as opposed to the melee and tumult of the crowd and artillery on the outside. Horsemen, courtiers, sadhus, and elephants and horses throng this open ground. There's even cannons and fireworks that explode in the background. The extremely large number of persons depicted is perhaps a reason why this painting was valued at an exorbitantly high price of ₹1,000, which was a very large amount for a painting back in its day. Coming back to the idea of simultaneous narration, we have the Maharana, who is journeying through the sea of people. You can see the royal modes of transport being utilized. Elaborate hodas mounted on elephants and beautifully embroidered tam-jams or palanquins that are used by the royal ladies or brides. They are making their way through the crowd and kind of heading towards the venue. It is then that you finally see the Maharana making an appearance. He is depicted with a gold nimbus, elaborate robes, and is seen not once but twice. You first see him at the gateway. He is being greeted as he enters the inner enclosure of the kennot. His entourage, bearing royal insignias, stay put. They wait on the outside. Fiction is with him seated besides the Khejdi under a canopy. Around him are his nobles, chiefs, ministers, etc. that are seated in order of importance. Now, if you notice, the artists have cleverly attempted to draw your attention to the central focus area. The red color of the tent walls and the gateway or the toran, with the white floor spread acting as a highlight, at once stands out. All in all, you can see the temporal and spatial progression in this painting.
So very interestingly, the setting of this darbar is located at Hathipol or the city gate, which is where the tree in question, which is in a sapling stage at the time, stood. The Hathi Pole of today's day and age is known for its markets that cater to the needs of the several tourists that visit it. The existence of such a darbar on the outskirts of the palace in an open space such as that is definitely not a new concept. In fact, a local historian by the name Kaviraj Shamaldas, writing in the 1880s, makes mention of such a practice. At sharp 4:30 p.m., on the sounding of the nagada or the drums, the Maharana, his nobles, chiefs, and the entire entourage rode out in procession to worship the Khejdi. This happened on the occasion of Dussehra, a very important day, for it marked the victory of Lord Ram over Ravan, the victory of good over evil. The rituals associated with this day ensured blessings for the coming year. It ensured success for all the future endeavors. Post the worship, recitation by the bards, receiving of ceremonial gifts, and 100 to 150 rounds of artillery salute, it was time to dismiss the crowd. And what better way than the humble pan, the most symbolic of them all, to convey a message. On that note, it's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you, and I hope you had a nice time listening.